Hello children, good morning. Today we will start our first lesson from Supplementary Reader. That is, how the camel got his hump. It's a funny story with a moral. And it was written by Rudyard Kipling. He is a very famous writer. To know about him, let's watch this video.
जंगल जंगल बात चली है पता चला है जंगल जंगल बात चली है पता चला है
Have you ever watched Jungle Book? This famous book was written by Rudyard Kipling. You may not know about this, but Jungle Book made my childhood and your parents' childhood memorable. So this story, How the Camel Got His Hump, was also written by Rudyard Kipling. So before getting into the story, we will talk about camel. Have you ever seen or ridden a camel? If you have seen or ridden a camel, you have noticed that it has a hump on its back. So what is the use of that hump? Camel stores food in the form of fat in the hump. But some people believe that camel stores water in their hump. But it's not true. It's a myth. So that's why camels can go without food and water for a long time while traveling across long distances. Camel is a special animal. It can eat even cactus and other thorny bushes also. And even it can survive in sandstorms. People, they will keep camels as their pets and use them for transportation and even for meat and milk. So that's why camels are called as sheep of the desert. Now let's begin the story.
How the Camel Got His Hump. The story tells us how and why camels have humps. The world had just been created, and the dog, the horse and the ox agreed to help man with his work. There was also a camel, but he didn't want to work, so he decided to move to the middle of the howling desert. All day long, the camel ate sticks, thorns and prickles. He said hump to anyone who spoke to him. On Monday morning, the horse went to the camel and invited him to trot. The camel said hump, so the horse went and told the man about it. Then the dog went to the camel and invited him to fetch and carry for the man. The camel said hump, so the dog went and told the man about it. Finally, the ox went to the camel and asked him if he would like to plow the field with him. The camel said hump, so the ox went and told the man about it. That evening, the man called the dog, the horse and the ox. He told them they would have to work twice as much to make up for the camel's idleness. The three animals were very angry. They met the jinn who was in charge of the deserts and told him about the camel who would not work but only said hump. The jinn promised to deal with the camel and went looking for him. He found the camel admiring his reflection in water. The jinn asked the camel why he refused to work, but the camel said hump. The jinn warned the camel not to say hump too often, but the camel ignored him and said hump again. Immediately, the camel's beautiful back began puffing up. The jinn told the camel that it was his own hump which he had brought upon himself by idling. The jinn then ordered the camel to work like the other animals, but the lazy camel complained that his hump was a big hurdle. The jinn told the camel that since his idleness had caused the other animals extra work for 3 days, the hump would help him work for 3 days at a stretch without having to eat. Since then, the camel has had his hump and he joined the other animals at work. But he has not caught up on the 3 days' work that he missed, nor he has learned to behave himself.
So, that's all about the story. What is the moral of the story, children? Nothing is achieved by sitting idle and wasting time. In the same way, Camel got a hump on its back because of his laziness. Even we will also fall in trouble if we waste our time with our laziness. So children, leave your laziness and be active and utilize your time properly. Along with this video, I will also share a PDF file of the lesson. So, read the lesson, identify the new words and hard words, and know their meanings with the help of a dictionary. That's all for today. Take care and bye-bye.